In today's video, we're going to be discussing the best practices for how to install a spring bolt. Now, these 9/16 spring bolts take a 30 to 60 foot-pound torque spec rating, and they come with a locking nut that is ovaled out on one side and round on the other, so it only threads on one way. Now, the best practices to installing these bolts is to take the bolt, and slide it in from the back side, threading the nut on the front side. And the reason you do it this way is if that bolt were to ever back off, or the nut was to shear off, that bolt would come out the back side and not gouge into the sidewall of the tire. And once you get that hand threaded on, you will then tighten it down with an impact gun, and you'll want to snug it all the way up so that the hanger is pushed up against the spring. Then you will back it off, and that's when you'll set your torque spec to that 30 to 60 foot-pounds. Then the last thing you'll want to do is keep that nut from coming off. Now, it is a locking nut, so that helps, but you can also take further measures to keep it from coming off. One thing you can do is, after using your hammer to pound that bolt in, you can hit the threads with the hammer, just messing up the threads enough to where it won't back off. Another thing you can do is, if you have just finished welding the hanger onto the bottom of the frame, you can put a tack weld on the threads. That'll keep it from backing off. And lastly, another thing that people do is Loctite. Loctite is great for keeping those threads and nut tight, keeping anything from moving. So just a couple ways that you can do that. There's no right or wrong way. It's just whatever materials you have accessible, and just a further measure you can take to keep that nut from backing off. Just a simple video, but nonetheless, a question we often get asked, so I hope that helps. Thanks, guys.